Good morning, everybody. I really want to talk about those 5 hens that came home from that race, and they were the top 5 pigeons in the combine. But before I get into that, at the bottom of this video and some of the other videos, there's a link. It says channel. Click on that link, and it will show you all the videos that I have posted. If you missed the video, or if you want to review a video, click on it, scroll down, look at some of the stuff that was posted in the past. Some of it's very important. So click that link if you missed the video. But I want to get back to them 5 hens. They were all treated the same. They were trained the same. They did everything the same. I was using natural widowhood. I sent the cocks driving, and then the hens laid the eggs. It was time for them to fly. The cocks went to the A race, and those hens went to the B race. It was a smaller race. It's not as big as the A race. But I wanted to send them hens to the B race because I wanted them to see the A birds go. Get them excited, and they can really produce. But what was important to me and to you is they were all different pigeons. One was a very large hen, the blue-white flight hen. You've seen her in some of the videos. I think that was a red rose pigeon. I got all my pigeons from a guy named Charlie Parker. He was selling out, and he wanted to get rid of them, and I was just going to start flying again. He had 31 birds. He wanted $10 a piece, and I said, what the hell, I'll buy them. And they were the pigeons. The 500-mile winner, he's down from Charlie Parker's pigeons. I bred him, but he's down from Charlie Parker's pigeons. Some of them hens were small. Some of them were medium size. Some of them were not Jansons. They were different. They were from different flyers. The most of them were Jansons, though. What I'm trying to get at here, it doesn't matter what family of pigeons you got. I flew Hansins, day 1. I flew Sion, day 1. I flew store-bought birds. They did well. Some of them won. So, what is it that makes pigeons win? Okay, in this case, it was the motivation, flipping the young one, letting them up in the B race. But let's talk about your pigeons. I don't care what family of pigeons you got. And I don't care where you got them. You got good pigeons. What you're looking for, if you're buying a bird, is an ancestor that flew well. Did really well. But regardless of the breed, let's think about where they came from. Where did these racing pigeons actually come from? The story goes there was a man named Ullens. Ullens made the claim, whether it's true or not, I don't know, I wasn't there, that he crossed several breeds together that created the modern day racing pigeons. And it was from these pigeons that all the pigeons we have today are from. Whether they're Wags, whether they're Jansons, whether they're Sions, whether they're Grenades. Well, it's true, different flyers had them and did different things with them. Grenades were a beautiful, beautiful pigeon. But the Grenades were Hanseen's. Remember? Rainier Grenade was the runner for Hanseen. And Hanseen told him, if we win the race, you could keep that pigeon. Boy, he ran fast. My point is, if they're all down from Hewlin's pigeons, what's the difference if we call them Jansons or if we call them Sions or we call them this? Maybe those individual flyers did do things genetically to improve the birds. It's possible, very possible. But let's go back to Hewlin's. I don't know whether it's true or not, but the way I heard it is Hewlin's had a brother. And his brother was a merchant marine. He traveled the world, buying and selling things, doing whatever merchant marines do. But the best pigeons in the world were over in Persia. The pharaohs had them. 700-mile daybirds. You could look up in The Pigeon by Levy. It's got a picture in there of a Baghdad. That was the bird that they used. They called it for postal service. And that's how they sent messages. And they were far superior than anything anywhere else in the world. The pharaohs had enemies. And the best form of communication 2,000-3,000 years ago was pigeons. And if an army was on the move, the pharaoh wanted to know where they were coming from and what they were doing. He had spies out watching them. And they had pigeons, and then they would let them up. And they were the Baghdads. It's possible, that's the claim some make that I heard, that his brother picked up some of them there, Baghdads, and gave them to Hewlin's. And when Hewlin's got them, they beat everything. They were good. Even Wag, who was a wonderful pigeon flyer, couldn't beat Hewlin's. And Hewlin's, I understand, if the story's true, which I don't know. I got to repeat that repeatedly. I don't really know. But if it's true, how did Wag get him? One story is that Hewlin's had a very good friend, and Wag had a very good friend, who was a zookeeper. But he was also Hewlin's loft manager. Rumor is some of them Hewlin eggs went over to Wag. And when Wag got them, he did well. He did really well. He won everything. But Wag sold the birds. So, what I'm saying here is whether he made the cross or they were the Baghdads, it don't matter. They were the pigeons that were flying today. We're flying their descendants, one way or another. Whether they're Stassets, Deverets, you name it. Most of the good pigeons in the world came down from Hewlin's pigeons. So, what I'm saying here is, those 5 hens, although they were different shapes, different sizes, probably genetically had Hewlin's blood in them. So I'm saying to you, if you got racing pigeons that were descendants of any good pigeon flyer, they're probably Hewlin. And they got the genes, they got everything that's required to home. I got a call last night from a friend. We spoke many times on the phone. He was losing birds prior to these conversations. And I told him the health program, which is basically all in one, a few other things. He had 19 birds. I don't know what breed they are. He won average speed. He won the 500-mile race. He won a race early on. He ran away with it. He called me up to tell me. And that was nice. That was really nice. Sometimes you don't hear these things when you help somebody out. So what I'm saying to you is don't be too impressed when somebody shows you a bird and he's an expert. He don't know. What he can't see is what's inside the pigeon. You can't see it. He could show you that it's got a beautiful feather on it, beautiful flight, and all of this. If you like the way the bird looks, and you want to look at that type of pigeon, then maybe you should buy it. But don't be overly impressed with pigeons. Now, I want to say one thing. There's a flyer down here, Carrie Tilson. He knows my opinion on pigeons. And we disagree. He spent a lot of money on some pigeons. But he don't race. He sends his pigeons out pretty much to futurity races. And Carrie did very well with the pigeons he purchased. He won a few of those races. Big money races. They were gainers pigeons. Made me eat a little crow. I don't like the taste of crow. I'm not talking about one-loss races. I'm talking about multi-loss races. I'm talking about you racing your birds in competition. You may be able to beat those birds, Carrie's birds, and they're good. Boy, they're good. Guys buy them up like crazy when he sells one or two. And they're good pigeons. Don't get me wrong. They are good pigeons. What I'm saying to you is that if a guy's got a high dollar bird, and you certainly can't afford it, don't be concerned. Don't be too concerned. Do the things that I'm telling you in this video, and you'll be like that flyer that called me last night. You'll be telling me how you won a 500-mile race. You'll be telling me how you won average speed. You can do these things. I'm going to be posting how to feed them, how I feed them, and what I told him to do. And I'll tell you, he didn't train them hard. He made them loft fly hard. They flew around the loft. He kept them in the sky. He got them in physical condition. He did another thing that I normally don't do. When his yearlings started to back off, they were coming home late. He kept them home. Didn't train them anymore, didn't race them. He started the season with 19 pigeons. When he finished the season, he had 19 pigeons. Didn't lose a bird. Maybe there's something to that. I'm harder on the birds. But he did well, did really well. The yearlings backed off a little bit, which is expected. And his older birds finished the longer races. Something you might want to consider, hanging on to a bird if the bird isn't doing it. But I like the 544s. I like the 1015s. That's me. He's different. You're different. You got to make those decisions for yourself. But the thing you must do, that he did do, was get them healthy. He got them healthy, and he made them fly. When the pigeons got into the races, and they started to get out to the distance, he started to see things that he thought he had to make decisions on, and he made them. That's what you got to do. You got to think about what you're doing. You got to think about tomorrow. Young birds is coming. But there's only one young bird season. Only one. You can hang on to a pigeon, and it's a good one. You could fly that pigeon for the next 7 or 8 years. Old birds. That's where it's at for me. I like old birds. So these are all decisions you have to make. But don't be overly impressed with anybody's pigeon. Sufane, I gave him that blue checker white flight. I haven't heard from you, Sufane. How you doing? How's the pigeon doing? He didn't buy a bird. His pigeons are all gifts. He watches these videos. I know he does. He's probably going to do very well with other people's pigeons. These are the things I'm talking about. Don't be too impressed. What I would say to you is, if you're buying birds or you want birds, get pigeons you like to look at. The most of them are very, very good. You could bring it out. You could make them fly. If they don't, they ain't got it. Then you move on. I guess that's it. Don't forget the channel. Please don't forget the channel. You can watch the other videos. Give it a thumbs up. Give it a thumbs down. And leave a comment. And thank you for watching.